Hey y'all, welcome to the Poised Soul Podcast. This is episode, I don't know. I'm literally recording these things not in order whatsoever because, like we discussed in earlier episodes, however long, it's all about the startup. It's all about doing it and creating environments that are conducive to you pursuing your dreams, allowing the space for you to fail, right? And just figuring things out. Oh, there's a book, y'all. There's another creator on TikTok. Honestly, I need to start writing people's names down. But beautiful African American woman. She makes like floral arrangements and also comments on, books and the readings that she's currently doing. So Tiny Experiments is something that she brought up, and I can't wait to get my hands on that. I'm currently reading Communion by Bell Hooks. That's like the female. It's about the female search for love. So literally, y'all, I'm just excited. So maybe more things to talk about in the future. But right now we're just honestly talking about moving. We're talking about starting over. We're talking about starting anew. Yeah, because that is very much the season that I'm in right now. I am starting a new thing. And yeah, while I'm excited, I am also like grieving this chapter. Um I guess long story short, I've lived in the DMV for the past 5 years, but for the past 10 years have not lived in my home state. I graduated college back in 2016. And when I got my first job, I moved out to Kansas City, Missouri. I lived there for about 3 years, went remote with that company, moved out to Dallas, Texas, was in Dallas, Texas for a little under a year, moved back home to Connecticut, then moved to the DMV. And now, 10 years later, and moving back to my home state in Connecticut. Yeah. um, I am just thankful. The move in and of itself is very much a luxury. I'm thankful that I have family, friends to fall back on. But honestly, y'all, I needed a break. It's not me giving up on, the possibility of me living elsewhere. Dallas, Texas is still very much something that or a location that I think of from time to time. It might be, where we end up going next. Regardless, right now I have the luxury of going back home and taking a beat. Okay. And taking a beat. But I just want to talk through, right, starting over. I know that it's big for a lot of people. Leaving your hometown is huge, but it is something that I definitely suggest everybody do at least once in their lives so that you're just able to gain fresh perspective. And not having family and friends around you allows you to make decisions that like are selfish, and not that the selfishness is what we're looking for, but what breeds out of it is your own opinion, your own prerogative. Your life choices start mapping out what you want for yourself, right? Like, so yeah, that's something that you can do when you don't know everybody in the town and there's expectations that you need to meet for each and every single person. You get to define who and whose and what and all the things that are associated with who you are, and who you're becoming. So do move. Do move. Let's talk about some things that have helped me as I've gone from state to state, and things that I have done. First things first, I have to call out my Savior, Adonai Elohim, the one true living God, has been my guide from the very beginning to where I am now. The Christian walk is no small feat. But I got to know God for myself when I moved out of my parents' home. You know that verse in Psalms where it's like, when my mother and father forsake me, Adonai will take care of me. Not that my mother and father have ever forsaken me, but literally, they physically were never near me, right? So, quite literally, I don't have you guys. Mommy and daddy's money ain't that long either, so it couldn't find me in the Midwest, right? It wasn't finding me in the Midwest. Though, you know what? Let me stop because sure enough, my parents did ship out a car for me. Back when I was in the Midwest. And yeah, generational wealth right there. Come on now. That was me having years of not having a car payment and having a car payment now. I'm very thankful for those years. And just sidebar, I wish I was saving the way that I should have back then. Because the cost of living, yo, don't even get me started. I think my first apartment was like, I was paying somewhere around like $816. Maybe the most after utilities and all of that, I was paying like $950. Unheard of. And we're talking about a beautiful apartment. Shout outs to, oh my goodness, I can't even remember. I think it was the Crossings in North Kansas City. Yeah. Beautiful one bedroom apartment. It had bay windows in the living room. I had no furniture but a bed and a TV, y'all. I was not playing. I was, it was that basic, but I loved it. It had this big garden tub, beautiful little kitchen. It was so sweet. Like, yeah. I'm not crying right now, by the way, but I am that person too, though, when I think about my life and all that stuff. Just get really emotional at just how blessed I was. But anyways, yeah. God has been my guide, y'all. Hands down, keeping God at the core, pursuing him, so that you, in and of yourself, if you are making this move alone, physically, you know that you're never really alone because God is with you. And another thing that was, connected in that is the fact that as a believer, um, churches exist and are a epicenter of community. When you find a church that aligns with, what you're looking for, your values, right? Really, the church where God is calling you to. So there, right? Like, become planted there, put your best foot forward there, build community there, join the life groups, connect groups, whatever your church calls it, there. You start meeting people little by little. And we're in a day and age where it's all about like these mega churches now. So it can be a little frustrating sometimes when building community, but you do have to sit in it, y'all. Yeah, we look for quick fixes and everything, and we can no longer do that. It's the same thing with church, y'all. It is not a quick fix. Pull them boots up, buy the straps, go to the groups, right? Be friendly, smile, okay? Because people don't really even smile nowadays, y'all. Like, I know I'm like coming off of talking about church and now I'm going into this, but yeah, the last time I was out in DC, like, just the post up, stand on the wall culture was just too much for me. Nobody was like moving, shucking and jiving, dancing, you know what I mean? Like, literally smile, like interact with somebody that you don't know. Like, don't even get me started though, because we could go down the path of no, I'm putting this out there because I truly want to know, for women, and from both men and women, how do y'all feel? Because I feel like when women or men, whoever, when people are friendly, people are like, because I always like, I always get that, or that I'm flirting. And now said person or individual thinks that I'm like, doing more. Like, no, I'm engaging with you. Like, so what do y'all think? Like, is it just weird to be friendly nowadays? Like, is it weird to want to dance with somebody and like not have anything like attached to that? Is it like, what is it? Quite literally, what is it? But anyways, build the community. It's going to take you pulling your bootstraps up. And I think that just leads us into the next point. There are other communities that you can take advantage of, even outside of church, but you have to be proactive about it. You have to go out and find them. If you like chess, find the chess club. There's apps like Meetup, Facebook groups, right? I'm sure Instagram has, groups that you can find there too. City girls who love golf, like, whatever it is, like, you are going to have to put in the effort to show up, and make the friends. And oftentimes, people feel very weird. Encounters feel weird. Sit in it anyways. Do it anyways. Be the one that sets the tone. That's really what it is. Be the one that sets the tone. Um, and do it to the capacity that you want to. Like, don't like make it feel like it's this stressful and big thing as well. You know what I mean? Oh, I gotta do this, and because then you just become like an attention whore. Like, and nobody likes an attention whore. I'm sorry to burst somebody's bubble out there, because there's a couple people that come to mind. Let me stop. Okay, anyways. Build the community, y'all. Build the community. I have been fortunate in every state that I'm in to have built community. Um, Either through my job, once again, church, and in different social groups. So, like, you can do it as well. And I mean good people. Almost every stage of my life, I can literally say I have a good at least one to two friends, right, that like have become a part of my friend group, right? And there's different levels to everything. We're not saying everyone and everything needs to be attached to your side, but like I've been able to build a network, and I hope to showcase that too on this podcast as well, because I know some people. You know what I mean? Like, some people. Use your resources. I'm just coming back around to even like, mentorship and taking that more seriously, and carving out like distinct mentors. Like, I know who this person, I'm going to this person for this, I'm going to this person for that. Like, when I was thinking about networking, guys, and I guess why even men do it so well. One, we live in a patriarchy, and, society was created for men. Let's be real. um, and Unfortunately, we as women do often take the back seat. I do think men network pretty well because it's not being ran from this space of emotion. Like, it really is just like, hey, what can you do for me? Here's what I can do for you. Like, ask questions about what you have questions about in that person's area of expertise. I hope that boiled down networking. Ask questions that you have about that person's area of expertise. And make sure that you're also stating that, like, here's what I can offer you, like that, like it's a mutual exchange, it's a mutual benefit. Okay, what else has helped in the move? Really just exploring new places as well, getting out of the house, right? Making a day out of it to get up and go on the hike, check out the museum, right? And doing that, whether solo or with a group, whatever it may be, but like actually getting out of your bubble to explore this place. You can't say that you came, seen, and conquered if you're literally sitting in the house 24/7. Um, so yeah, doing that as well is going to be huge. Um, what else has been a very big help in me moving? I want to say dating, but I don't want to say dating at the same time. I'm sorry, y'all. We'll have another episode on that. I want to say dating, but yeah, I think that's about it, y'all. I think that that's what's important, right? Is and just to close out that last point is you going out experiencing new things allows you to find out more about who you are, your what you like, so that you can better align yourself back to the community, right? Like it all just kind of like and this is one thing that comes up in Bell Hooks's book is that communion is at the core of everything that we do. Like life only matters because we can acknowledge it in the context of community, right? Like, because when you look at even how people are motivated, like, oh, like a lot of people can say that, I'm doing this to get back at my haters, da 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 da. Or there's another way that you can look at it, the more biblical route of the fact that, you laying your life down for another, serving another is Christ-like. And us doing life together is how God's created us to be. He's called us to be a body. um, so it's funny, like even as I'm thinking about everything, I'm like, really, it boils down to that: God, yourself, and community. And I think we touched on that. So yeah, y'all, as I gear up for this move, we're doing this again. Even though I am going to my hometown, I still have to build up a life for myself again. And when I left last, I quite literally was what, 21? 21. I'm 31 now. I am 31 now. And that is going to it's going to look much different. And I'm actually excited, y'all. I'm excited. I am excited, okay? Your girl is good at new beginnings. We're going to put our best foot forward so that this new start is what it needs to be. So, yeah, y'all. That's it. That's it. Thank you for joining me. I will catch you all on the next one.